publicly while you see like that.
Just
right
like
there.
that. Yeah.
I just said we're going live.
You tried to catch
just
me
said
while
we're going live.
talking, but
I just said we're going live.
You didn't get me.
I literally just said we're going live.
You didn't get me though. You didn't get me, so that's all right. Hey,
what's going on, everybody? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Well, I don't know if it's a happy Tuesday for Steeler fans, because good God, this is
something to distract from the fact that neither one of your quarterbacks can play.
I didn't mind what Justin Fields did in preseason. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, it was fine. It was fine.
But we'll talk about that and more. Steel Conspiracy is back, and it's going to be a great season, especially for Ravens fans as they just get mollywopped all year. So let's talk some football.
Wow.
Image, your beats are so fire.
I feel we can beat the Browns. We can compete with Baltimore if they have Lamar, and we're right there with them.
That young man put his life on the line for you, for your entertainment.
We were talking all before the game. Everyone was like, "Nah, Ravens don't have a shot," and they're right there. What is going on, everybody? How you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It has been a roller coaster of a week, especially for us Steeler fans, as we deal with all this Ayuk drama with the 49ers. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some preseason, and we're going to do blind rankings. So get ready for that one.
I don't know what that means.
It'd have been good to have an itinerary beforehand.
Well, that's why it's called blind. You can't see it.
I mean, you still could have kept it.
I'll explain it when we get there.
Sounds good. I'm excited.
I know you are. I know you're very excited. So, once again, this is the Steel Conspiracy, and welcome back, my two favorite people in the whole wide world, and that is Mr. And again, my two favorite people.
OTR
You know what? I haven't seen OTR Mike in so long. He's not even in the. He's not even in the top. He's not even in the top 10.
Down the rankings. That's why.
He's not even. You're probably number one, number two.
Who's number one?
That's right.
It flip flops between Rodney and D-Bag Dispatch.
D-Bag Dispatch?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gabriel and Brett are some really cool guys.
That's not the name.
D-Bag Dispatch is the name.
It is not D-Bag Dispatch.
D-Bag.
Yeah, you said D-Bag.
I did not say D-Bag.
D-Bag.
Oh, okay. So it alternates between them and Bradley.
Yeah, it bounces because
duly noted.
Yeah, because Gabe and Brett are two cool dudes.
All right, duly noted. Those are your number ones.
I mean, I haven't seen Hanging with Hendo in God knows how long.
What does that have to do with anything?
What's up, Buck? What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, fellas?
I'm just saying, you asked me my top 5 favorite podcasts.
I just asked who your number one is. You said you didn't mention Jose. Like, he's also in that mix of Rodney.
I haven't seen Jose in a couple weeks, so
they just did a show 2 weeks ago.
Not even 2 weeks.
I just said a couple weeks.
We did a show. We did a show yesterday.
Oh, I mean, all of us did. Yeah, we did. Yeah. So you have seen us.
I was watching.
Don't act like you don't watch. Don't act like you're not the biggest Ravens fan on the planet.
Ooh.
Right before you went live, you were just talking about how the Ravens were about the mollywop people.
Yeah, because I've been arguing with Ravens fans all day.
And how
actually a Raven fan did get me because I forgot how boring that AFC Championship game was last year, and I forgot that the Ravens were in the AFC Championship game. because you would figure the number one running team would run the ball, and they didn't. So like it just totally forgot about that game. Like it felt more like a wild card game. And so it was, so Ravens fan did give me. He's like, you don't remember we were in the AFC Championship game last year, and I was like, you're right. You're right. You got me.
It's kind of like never ever having a losing season and having been to an AFC Championship in how long? I don't know, decade or so.
I think it's 8 now.
It's like trying to pretend that you're two of the best franchises in the world, and in the last decade you have the same number of playoff wins as the Carolina Panthers.
yeah, and we have the same record in the playoffs. We're both 2-5 in the last couple times we've been in the playoffs.
Wait! But only one team has lost to the Cleveland Browns.
That's true. That's facts.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
that is unfortunate.
You're absolutely right about that. So,
but things may turn around to Brandon Ayuk.
I don't know if we're gonna get him. It's pointing at we might not be getting him. So we'll talk about it though. As a matter of fact, we'll get into it. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Welcome back.
Jay.
That's why you put 3 Ks in there. I don't know why, but
because you're hosting.
Don't appreciate that. But welcome back to Steel Conspiracy. Let's get into it. Is the deal done? Is the deal done yet for Brandon Ayuk? That's what we've been being told for the last 2 weeks. Is Brandon Ayuk to the Steelers? Brandon Ayuk to the Steelers. The only good part about this, which has been, he turned down the Browns, which has been great to just watch Brown fans get in their feelings. Oh, what are you talking about? You don't want to play for us? We're so great. No, you're not. You suck. It was good to see Ravens fans kind of cry about it. Why won't he come play with Lamar? And I tweeted about that and asked some Ravens fans. They didn't really want to respond about it. But 49ers had talked about trading to the Steelers. There was a deal in place a couple of times. Deal was supposed to be announced and nothing. What we are hearing now,
the deal is done.
Deal is done for what?
Ayuk.
To stay with the 49ers?
He is going to the 49ers or the Steelers.
I hate you.
It's so hilarious because like they obviously don't want to pay him. Right. They've agreed to several trades already this offseason. I don't buy this whole we've almost got a deal done.
Yeah, I for sure don't. I don't buy it either. I think this is a hey Steelers, can you up your offer?
Because the reports, a first round pick a couple months ago, maybe throw that back in.
Yeah. Well, the kind of news that's been floating around is they wanted a receiver for, and picks, particularly George Pickens. Yes. That was always off the table. There was rumors Calvin Austin, maybe even Jefferson. Steelers wouldn't budge about that. Then there was talks of, well, give us Pat Freiermuth.
That's stupid.
That wasn't going to happen. There was talks about give us Minka Fitzpatrick, give us TJ Watt, like unrealistic. Yeah, just unrealistic. I mean, Highsmith was one of the options. Unrealistic things. What we've been hearing, the Steelers are going to give him a second and a fifth. Maybe possibly try to give him more. I'm not sure. But then now there's been this weird, hey, Niners are almost got a deal done with Brandon Ayuk. There's a hurdle to get over, and then the deal be done. Like Rodney said, I don't believe it. But where do you guys think? Because we've asked this question a million times. It's literally down to the Steelers and the 49ers. Do you think Ayuk, a deal is going to get done by this weekend for either team?
I think he'll be with the Steelers. I think it's an unbelievably disingenuous way to report contract negotiations, right? Oh, well, it's almost done. There's one hurdle remain. That hurdle being a wide gap in guaranteed money. Like then you're not almost done, right? Like it depends on what that hurdle is. If the hurdle is something else, then it's not a hurdle. You'll work it out and get the deal done. I think that they're posturing. I think they're going to move him. If they wanted to pay him, they would have paid him long ago and not gone through all of this.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing. The reports that are coming in is saying they're offering more than what the Steelers offer. So then why hasn't IQ accepted the offer then?
Because it's not about money. Because the reports that I've seen, the New England Patriots offered him a deal worth $32 million a year. So if it were all about the money, he'd have been like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Sign off on it.
And
Like,
and
they were
he
all
said
in.
he said he didn't want to play for the Patriots
Right.
or
So
the
it's not
or the Browns.
so
Yeah.
it's not all about the money. I mean, he wants the money and he still wants an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. When I saw on Twitter earlier, I guess somebody was saying about, yeah, why wouldn't you stay with the 49ers or go to a team that's eventually going to go 8-8? And for one, 17 games, you can't go 8-8. Duh. But more importantly than that, why stay with a team that's going to go to the Super Bowl and lose? Kyle Shanahan's not winning the Super Bowl, and he's proven that.
Well, that's funny because people always thought, oh, they're a Super Bowl contender. They were just in the Super Bowl. They've been twice. Cool, but how many more times do you think they're going to go? This is about the future, not the past.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to get. I think they're going to compete. Obviously, they're one of the more talented teams in the league, but you only get but so many shots
Mm-hmm.
at getting over that hump, and I don't think that Kyle's the guy to do it. I know that Brock Purdy ain't the guy to do it. So why not give it a shot somewhere else?
Right.
Yeah.
And after they pay him next year, that lessens your chance. You still have Trent Williams holding out. If he's not there, it's a problem.
And I saw that tweet, Hendo, you were talking about the 8-8 thing, which right, you can't even go 8-8. But here's the thing, though, if we're being honest about the Steelers, and I will admit our quarterback situation was bad. This year it's not great, but if we even get Russell Wilson what he did last year, where he wasn't that good, we probably win 2 more games. We probably are fighting Baltimore for the division lead.
Not really, but
I think so.
of course you did. You're still saying.
And I think we're in a better position. And this whole idea of, oh, well, you're going to go 8-8 or 9-8 or 8-7 or sorry, 8-9 or whatever. You got to remember too, TJ Watt got hurt before the playoffs. We had Mason Rudolph, our third string quarterbacking for us. Our O-line wasn't.
He was balling.
Who was balling? The O-line?
Mason was balling.
He was not.
He was like, this might be my last. He's like, this might be my last shot in the NFL. Check it out.
I don't even think. I think I was arguing with this with a certain Browns fan that swore up and down that they had the worst QB situation in the AFC North. Mason Rudolph, I think he only threw 3 touchdowns. That's not balling.
First of all, listen. If I get you down to the goal line,
he threw 3 touchdowns. He threw 3 touchdowns. He wasn't balling.
The offense. What did the Steelers average during points when he started?
What did the Steelers?
Because George Pickens came alive. Like he was doing his thing, but George Pickens came alive when Mason got in there because he would throw the ball downfield.
I know that you're used to seeing the Ravens, hitting for 13 a game around that time of the season, but Mason Rudolph was not balling.
Yeah, he was not
balling.
He was not balling. I think let's see.
You don't need to answer his question about the point.
I was just trying to, but I don't know exactly what happened. I hate this whole situation because I have literally been on Twitter for days now, just refreshing.
You love being on Twitter.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't like being on Twitter.
You love arguing with people.
I know you don't like it. You love it.
Love it. And you listen, this thing has been drawn out for a week or so. Why would you keep refreshing? Like nothing's gonna happen. When it happens, it happens. Just like the news popped out today that there are parameters set. It's just gonna come when it comes. I would think that they would want to get a deal done because you're wasting training camp time. Like he has not been to any off-season activities. He's not in football shape. He hasn't gone against football competition. So you would want to get him either way into some specific drills for him to get reacclimated to being hit and the speed of the game. So either way, get it done. Like the 49ers is playing games. And I think that's why he wants out because he's like, y'all playing games. Like if y'all wanted to get me signed, you would have already done this. I am clearly your number 1 receiver. And yet and still, you paid Debo. Even though it was a little hassle, you paid him. You paid George Kittle. Of course, that was never going to be an issue. And then you paid Christian McCaffrey twice.
Well, but that's the thing, though. You say clearly their number one receiver. He was the most productive receiver last year, but I don't think the 49ers or most people think that he's better than Debo or that he's a better player than George Kittle or that he's a better player than Christian McCaffrey. You know,
Christian.
he's about the fifth best player on that offense.
I would put him like third, maybe. Because he's always there. Debo,
Kittle, Christian, Trent, and then Ayuk.
Listen, Debo and Kittle, they will both hand you a card and write, which week do you want me to not play? I'm putting it up front.
Listen, that's cool, but
And in the playoffs.
Brandon Ayuk is always there, and he hasn't always been productive. Right? I mean, he's not as talented as those other guys.
He's not as talented.
Yeah, but going to the Steelers, he'd probably be probably the best wide receiver on the team. I like George Pickens, but there's a lot that's been going on with him, and they're trying to figure out this whole situation.
So listen, I'm it's a sad day that I have to come on here and defend the Steelers, but the Ravens fans said the same thing, and I would read these posts where Ravens fans was like, George Pickens, he's a one-trick pony. All he can do is
no. I don't believe in that.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't give a damn what your one trick is. If other teams can't stop it, what difference does it make? Stop playing.
You're absolutely. No, you're absolutely. I'm just fixing something. No, you're 100% right about that. George Pickens. I think he needs to have a quarterback that's gonna really stick with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had Mittens, he had Mason, he had Tricky Mitch. I really need Wilson or Fields to really commit to this guy.
You better make it Fields.
You know, we'll see what happens. We haven't really talked about. We'll talk a little bit about that situation. I thought Fields looked good in the preseason. I didn't. The fumbles were a little frustrating.
But I thought the fumbles were on the center.
Yeah, but other than that, like, what did he? People were talking about the sack. They're like, see, he has no pocket presence. Our freaking lineman got beat, like crazy. Like, he got beat off the line. What did you want Fields to do? Be Superman?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand it.
No, Jay. We don't want to ruin his career.
Just have you get a haircut and sneak into the Steelers locker room. No one will notice the doppelganger. So we're still waiting on this whole situation. I've been seeing, like you said, I've been seeing all these people tweeting, and it's been fun to mess with Ravens fans because they are just. I've never seen somebody from Ravens fans root for the 49ers. It's been hilarious. Browns fans are up in their feelings. That's been really hilarious. Pats fans are like, whatever, we don't care.
We're gonna lose anyway. We're butt hurt because Ravens fans always get upset when other teams make moves that we should make. So they try to mask their pain by being like, "Oh, that's the dumbest trade ever. I hope you give up 100 picks and bankrupt your franchise." Like, what? No, they're not going to do that. Giving up a second, maybe a fourth, or a third, and a player. Like, stop wishing on somebody else's downfall because your general manager is like, nah, I'm going to try and go and get this edge rusher.
Well, Hendo, I have a question for you, and I know Bronny will chime in because he does do a couple Ravens podcasts. I asked a Ravens content creator, and I said, is it a bad look on Lamar Jackson that no wide receivers want to come play for him, or is it the Ravens franchise?
Well, that's a silly question, sir. Who said that they don't want to play with him?
Well, because if wide receivers wanted to play with him, they would be there.
No. So this is my question. So let's just say, for instance, you were a top 10 wide receiver in the league, and you became a free agent this offseason, right? And you were like, yo, Lamar Jackson's that dude. And I've seen him in the Pro Bowl. We've hung out. I really want to play with him. And then the Ravens say, you know what? We'll give you $3 million a year. And the Dolphins say, I'll give you $30 million a year. Where are you going to go? Are you going to go to play with Lamar Jackson, or are you going to go get $30 million?
Well, here, I'll respond to that with the question. Maybe it's changed. Isn't it more important to win a title? Because I can imagine if
To
I can
some.
imagine
It's,
Some.
it's
I
never
could-
it's never been more important to win a title.
I can imagine if this was like a okay quarterback, maybe teetering in the top 10. Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP.
Right, but you
Sure.
also, but you
It has never been more important to win a title than to make your money.
make it right. That's true
That,
too.
that you don't even take the Lombardi Trophy home with you,
Yeah, right.
and that ring ain't feeding you for the rest of your life.
But then
You could
also,
sell it.
but then
Yeah, and it's not going to feed you for the rest of your life.
No, it's not. But then also show you also have to look at it like this. They are all competitors and they all have egos. This guy's offering me $27 more million per year than you are. You just disrespected me. No matter how much I may want to go win a championship or how much I want to go play with Lamar, you've disrespected me and offered me $20+ million less. So it's not about not wanting to play with Lamar. The thing is, if the Ravens actually traded for a wide receiver, they technically would have no choice but to go play with him. But the
Let
Ravens
me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question then. Then if Lamar is seeing that, why did he stay with the Ravens?
Because they paid him a lot of money.
But he could have went somewhere else. I'm sure someone would have paid him.
You don't remember the whole collusion thing, do you? Where everybody was like, I'm not touching him. The
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta Falcons with Desmond Ritter was like, not taking a chance on that guy.
Yeah, the second that they were able to start talking with Lamar Jackson, at least 5 teams came out and said, we're not talking to him. We're not interested, even though they would have absolutely no idea what he was asking for at that point. It was obvious, blatant collusion from the owners in the league. But even if that didn't happen, they paid him more money than any quarterback or any player ever at that point. So that's why he stayed. I mean, the athletes do that all the time because the money is more important than winning, especially if you're already a great player and you know you're a great player. I mean, a Super Bowl is nice, but a Super Bowl is a team thing, and you can't guarantee that, no matter where you go.
I'll be honest with you, Hendon, when you said that, I had forgot about the whole collusion thing. They swept that under the rug. They really did, because I totally forgot about that whole thing. I was like, wait, was that like 2 years ago? No, that was last year. Because we talked about it. Because you kept saying he's going to go to Miami. Hopefully he goes to Miami. And that's where you wanted him to go. I remember that. Okay. Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
The Falcons said, we want nothing to do with Lamar Jackson. Here's $100 million, 38-year-old Kirk Cousins with a torn Achilles.
Right. We don't want Lamar because he's injured and we don't know what's going to happen. But we're going to take this old quarterback who's coming off an injury. We don't know if he'll ever play again, but let's give him $100 million and see what happens. So it has that narrative that nobody wants to play with Lamar. No, it's not true. It's just something that they use, especially the Ravens organization, to kind
So
of.
you're putting more. You're putting it more on the Ravens. It's not actually.
What do you mean? It is the Ravens. Look at this.
Okay.
So all the things that the Ravens have done these past few seasons to shore up their defense, paying $70 million to Marcus Williams, re-signing Matabike to $98 million, bringing in Roquan Smith, giving him $100 million. All of this, right? We bring in nobody technically offensively. Yes, we brought in Derrick Henry and gave him $18 million. Boo-hoo-hoo. But as far as the wide receiver position goes, nothing happened. All offseason, we've been talking about Ravens should bring in, they should trade or get another wide receiver. Ravens flock has been like, yo, we ain't got the money. We got like $5 million in cap space. We cannot get it done. Then you see the report that that Hassan Reddick has asked for a trade from the New York Jets, and all the Ravens fans say is, let's go get him. But he's asking for a brand new contract. That's why he didn't play for the Eagles, and he wants out from the Jets. They have no problem with paying a defensive end, somebody to go get sacks and play defense. You have never, in the 27-year history of the Baltimore Ravens, you have never seen them go out and pay a wide receiver any type of money. Now,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, they will pay money for Justin Jefferson in 2031. When he's past his prime, they'll give him some money then. Maybe they'll $2-3 million a year. Who knows? But they never get any wide receivers in their prime that cost money. And all Ravens fans say, we can't afford it. We don't need a number one wide receiver. The fuck if we do? Because we keep losing trying to do what we doing in the playoffs.
And Shook, I did see you asked that content creator on Twitter, and I saw their response. And his response was absolutely correct. This is not a Lamar Jackson thing in Baltimore. It is a forever thing in Baltimore. They've never gone out and signed a wide receiver. They traded for Anquan Bolden they brought his numbers down for 3 years, and
Did
then they kicked him out. They drafted Torrey Smith, who went over 1,000 yards for him, helped him win a Super Bowl, didn't pay him. They brought in Derek Mason. That's the only example of a good free agent wide receiver, and he was old when they went and got him.
He was cheap, and he was pretty much Flacco's only wide receiver to throw to.
What about Ravens great Steve Smith?
I mean, he was old. He got hurt. But then even with Anquan Bolden, this is the thing. Anquan Bolden was balling in Arizona. He set numerous rookie records through his first 4 years in Arizona. Comes to Baltimore, and the Ravens decide that they want to dumb it down. And like, we want a Super Bowl. Get rid of him. He's not worth the money. He's old. He's slow. Then went to San Francisco and had 2,000-yard seasons. Never had a 1,000-yard season in Baltimore, but goes to San Francisco and gets 2,000-yard seasons. Like, come on, bro. It's an organizational type thing.
They could have drafted one. They could have had George Pickens. I keep reminding Hendo that. But we will keep an eye out on this Ayuk situation moving forward. All right.
They need to get this done, because I already made a video last week and I didn't do all that work for nothing. So they need to make this goddamn trade so I can put this video out.
All right, let's talk about.
You needed to make 2 videos, and
I didn't know. They were like, "Yo, they got a deal done." I'm like, "Cool."
All right, let's talk about the first impressions after week 1. And we're only going to talk about our 3 teams. We're not going to talk about any other teams. And we'll start off with the Panthers. Brian, give us your first impressions of the Panthers week 1.
Zero impressions. Zero impressions. They didn't play anybody. Bryce didn't play. The entire O-line sat. All their running backs sat. All their receivers sat. All their decent players on defense sat. Like they didn't play anybody. Still with that, you'd like to see them be more competitive than they were. They got their ass handed to them by New England, who, they're New England, right? It's not like they have a ton of talent over there either. So that wasn't great, but it was their first game with a brand new coaching staff, and none of their starters playing. So I didn't really take much from it.
My question to you is that guy, I forgot his name, but the one that has a real thick accent. Yeah. I saw the funniest joke, and I cried. They said when Nick Bosa tackles him, he's going to get confused when he hears him talk, and I cried. That was hilarious. That guy's he's got an accent. Ooh, that deep accent, heavy.
And what else? He's got a great attitude.
Great attitude.
Really
I've been watching his thing. Yeah. I've been watching his interviews.
Seems like a great kid.
Yeah. Hendo, Ravens finally lost a preseason game.
Oh no,
actually might. Last year too. Did you? I thought you guys.
No, they snapped that streak against the Redskins.
Okay, well, maybe that's a good thing. Kenny Pickett went 14 for 22. They let him throw for 89 yards. First impressions. Anything you want to bring up? Anything you enjoyed? Didn't enjoy?
I didn't enjoy the game. It's the first one. It's not things you expect, but the thing that I learned from this game is Ravens fans are hypocrites. We've always known it, but they put it out more than any. Listen, first round pick, Nate Wiggins, he went out there. First drive, they tried him 3 times, shut him down. All credit to him. First game, did his thing. But now they're writing reports talking about, the Ravens made the NFL look stupid by taking Nate Wiggins. Stop with the nonsense. Stop with the nonsense off of this one game versus backups. But okay, cool. He did his thing. You hyping it up. But when I sit there and speak about the first round pick, Travis Jones going up against backups getting dominated, nobody wants to talk about that. It's only one game. It was the first game. Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to talk about all pro Justin Madubuike not being able to dominate backups in that AFC Championship game either. It is what it is.
He's so evil.
How'd you guys feel about the new kickoff?
I like it a lot.
It's cool.
I like it a lot. I think it's going to be very exciting. It gives you incentive to actually kick the ball into the field, and obviously, I want to see more returns. It was pointless. And especially the way they present the game, it's score, commercial, touchback, commercial. So that was extremely irritating. But I think it's going to bring a lot of excitement back to the game.
Yeah, and now they have a purpose to have Devin Duvernay around somewhere.
Yeah, I told y'all you should have kept him.
He wasn't worth it.
Yeah, he was.
right.
All pro
Our,
return.
our next topic. Did your team do enough? So just
Do
want
enough
to. Did your
Yeah,
team
bro.
do enough in the off season? Hendo, you guys, like I said before, I got cooked by a Ravens fan earlier. I forgot you guys were in the AFC Championship game last year. So did you do enough to get over that hump? For Rodney, you guys were one of the worst teams in the NFL. Did you do enough to maybe move up a couple of spots? And for the Steelers, did we do enough to get past the wild card spot? So I'll start with Rodney. Did the Panthers do enough in the offseason to not be the worst team in the NFL?
Hell yeah, they did. It's a low bar, and they cleared it. All right. I think that Canales and the new coaching staff is going to be good for Bryce. Obviously, they revamped the O line. That's going to be great for Bryce since he wasn't able to really, he hasn't seen what an NFL pocket looks like yet. Essentially, they got Xavier Leggett, but more than that, more than just throwing out a draft pick and saying, "Hey, we tried," like Baltimore does. They went and got Deontay Johnson, who we know can play wide receiver, right? So they got him a reliable number one target. They improved the protection. They went and on defense. I look at the defense. I say they're not overly talented, but what they did do is they went and got a lot of guys who their defensive coordinator Ivero is very familiar with. He knows that they can do what he needs them to do. And he had that defense playing well above their head last year. And so if they get a little more from the offense this season, and Ivero can keep the defense playing at that same level, yeah, they'll be just fine.
And for you, Hendo?
Hell no. This team lost 60% of its offensive line and replace them with hopefuls. Replace them with dudes that man, I know he'd never played in the NFL before, but I think he's going to do well. I think he's going to be a keeper. So you're playing around with Lamar Jackson's life. Like you're playing around with his career thinking just adding Derrick Henry with no offensive line that has been proven to work well or even decent in the NFL, that it's going to make a difference. But being that the Ravens have Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are always in it. And if we look at the last few seasons with Lamar, every year the Ravens have gone further and further and further. So, of course, the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl this year. Mark it down.
All right, we'll clip that. Everything for the Steelers, I think we did do enough to get past the wild card. I think we can get at least into. I'm not gonna say the AFC Championship game because I have to see where we're at.
God damn it, Jay.
I think we can get to the divisional and be competitive.
Hey, Jay, no, Tez Walker's not going to be the new returner. They specifically signed a returner in Deontay Hardy. He can't do anything but return. Yeah, I know, he can't do anything but return. That's why he's there.
It's true. He's not even gonna make it. He's not even gonna make the team.
He's going to make the team, and he's going to be your returner. And Devin Leary was not a good idea. It's a terrible idea.
Listen, the center Samak, he might get. They said that's a bad pick. Like some of the one thing I will say about this Ravens offseason, like any other, is a lot of the EDC supporters. They're like, "Yo, what is this? Why did you draft this pick? Like, these are wasted picks. Like, you could have traded up and got somebody." Like, they starting to see that just because you give someone a handful of draft picks doesn't mean that they know how to draft. So, yeah, that definitely, he doesn't even fit the style of our system. Like,
it's not going to be Devin Leary, but I'm not even going to criticize Eric DeCastro for what he did in the 6th and 7th rounds. Like, who cares?
Right, trade up.
You're just no, but I mean, you have to have depth. You have to. That was the philosophy of Gettleman in Carolina. They never once took 7 players, and by the time he was done, they had the worst roster in the league because they had no depth. Now, you're going to miss on a lot of those 5th, 6th, 7th round picks, but you're not going to miss on all of them. And you need to have those extra players there for the depth of your roster. Now, they're not going to have 8, 10, 12-year careers, but they'll be around for 3 or 4 years, and you can replace them every 3 or 4 years. And that's what you do with guys like, I mean, not necessarily Leary, but Samak, Sanusi, Kane. Maybe they don't ever pan out to be starters, but they contribute to your team for a few years, and then you replace them with somebody else. You trade those picks, and then maybe you get a better player in the second round.
At
Maybe
least
you get
once.
a better player in the third round.
At least
But
once.
then when they get hurt because you have the worst training staff in the NFL, you don't have anybody behind them.
Listen, it's funny you say that because Anissa Isaac hurt. TJ Tampa just came back from being hurt.
Mhm.
Tez Walker hurt. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of pain. I feel a lot of pain.
Yeah, first of all, listen, I know you shouldn't have biases, but you never trust a Penn State edge rusher. Like, you don't do that. I learned with Courtney Brown. Like, no, you never trust them.
So
All right.
we're gonna get to our last topic, which is gonna be the blind ranking. But before and then after that, we're gonna do some I can't even done it. I haven't done it in so long. STV talk. Okay.
You need to change that name.
No,
we're never gonna change that name.
It's not 3 words. That's the thing.
Right.
You say SDV, like it's 2 words. It's just SV.
Right.
No, I like the STV.
I know you do.
I know you do.
You get that cleared up one day.
That's just rude. All right. So let's get to these blind rankings. It's gonna be blind ranking football movies. So I'm gonna give you a movie.
Oh gosh.
And we are going to
Yeah, you gotta explain how this works. I asked you before, and then you were like, "I'll tell you later."
Right. Just like he said we were gonna get into some other things, but we never got into them.
All right, here we go. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a movie, and you guys collectively, you two, are gonna put it 1 through 5. Okay, but you're not gonna know the next movie that's coming next.
Okay. 1 obviously being time, 2 being the worst.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. So we are gonna start off with
Varsity Blues 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We're gonna start off with Little Giants.
Ooh.
I've never saw it.
Oh, you're the worst. I'm gonna put Little Giants second. I'm gonna reserve that spot. But Little Giants is an incredible movie.
Hendo, do you want to disagree? Agree with him?
I mean, I'll go with it.
Compromise? Okay. Little Giants. All right.
Aye.
The next movie. Gridiron Gang.
Never saw it.
The Rock Gridiron Gang.
It was a
Hendo, for someone that watches so many movies, you don't watch any
do
movies.
is watch TV and you never seen anything.
Because it was The Rock. It was The Rock. I was like,
It was very good.
Was it really?
The Rock did a very good job in this movie. But I will say this, it was a little bit too much of the formulaic, the I'm coming to save all the ghetto kids kind of thing. I mean, I understand it was based on a true story.
Mhm.
I didn't, but that's what it was. And I'm reserving the 5th spot, so I'm gonna put it at 4.
Okay.
You know what I did see though?
You say Varsity Blues.
You know what I did see though? I saw the Sean Payton movie though. Like a couple
Why
weeks ago.
why would you see that? And you didn't.
It came on, and I was like, oh,
you can turn it off.
I mean, it was already on.
Here we go. The next movie.
Can you be a good one? That's
Friday Night Lights.
3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3 as well. I thought it was an excellent movie. Loved it. But there's too many other great football movies.
Right. I'm holding out for number 1. So
all right, this is gonna be very interesting because these last 2 movies.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Eddie Given Sunday.
1, and I knew that's what you were going to do. Go with number 1, baby.
We're going number 1, Brodney.
Can't put it at 5.
But that's the thing. That's the problem. I can't put it at 5.
So you're gonna say that Little Giants.
We'll give it 1. We'll give it 1 for now. You know what? No, I'm giving it 5. At that, it's not a great football movie. Like it's okay, but it's more of a.
We don't know what's coming though, Brodney.
I know we don't know what's coming, but it has to be better.
I don't think so. I think he saved the last one as the worst one just for
this.
We'll
give it 1. We'll give it 1. Any given Sunday. Mama bringing the dinner back.
Wow, to see this at number 5 is just.
He's gonna say, "Remember the Titans," and we're gonna look like idiots.
Right.
Remember the Titans.
God damn it, Hendo. See what I'm saying?
I thought he was trying to trick us.
Remember the Titans
Man, I knew
is
you
number
should've-
5.
I knew you should have put Gridiron Gang at 5.
Come on, man.
So,
I'm flipping any given Sunday and remember the Titans.
all right.
God damn it, Hendo.
This is the list you guys came up with, but let's
Yeah,
Let's-
do 2 out of 5. Like, what? How's this go?
yeah, I know. How do you not see Little Giants and Gridiron Gangs? Like,
Okay,
these
but
are-
next time, Shug, you gotta make sure that he's seen these movies.
Then it wouldn't be
Hendo
blind.
watches everything. How did I not know?
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, he lets us down constantly.
All right, Hendo, if you could fix the list, what would you fix?
If I could fix the list, then from what I've seen, we going number 1, Remember the Titans. Number 2, Any Given Sunday. 3, Friday Night Lights. 4, Little Giants. 5, Gridiron Gang.
And for you, Bronny?
Flip, Remember the Titans at Any Given Sunday. The rest of the list is perfect.
Jeremy, this isn't come up with your 5. This is
We are Marshall and the Blind Side, man. Get out of here, Jeremy.
these are 5 movies. We're gonna definitely be doing more of these. It's gonna be other topics, sports topics.
That list just tells you everything you need to know.
You need to know about
Jeremy.
Jeremy. It does. It does. Especially the Blind Side, where they come in and save the poor black boy who's
And
illiterate.
stole all his money.
Yeah. Crazy part is I've met the Tuohys on multiple occasions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I fixed cable and I went to the house that they bought in Owens Mills, I went to the house a couple times and met them.
Did you go to somebody else's house and demand
First of all, I didn't demand shit. First of all, he offered that damn vitamin water when he could have given me a jersey. Screw you, Mark Clayton. If you ever see this, screw you, pal.
He's not seeing this.
You have to clip that and just at Mark Clayton on Twitter one time.
I am. I'm gonna clip that. All right, we're gonna get into some
Mark,
STD.
I ain't got no problem with you, Mark.
First of all, it's not funny. It's not funny because he paused when he said it. He was like, "Hey, would you like a vitamin water?"
And I thought he was gonna get a free jersey, and he said,
Bruh, he had them on the floor. Like he literally was using them as bath mats. He was wiping tables off with some of them. He had like 9 jerseys in there, and he was just doing random things with them. And I'm
He
sitting there
needs
like,
jerseys.
to clean his house.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
All right, let's get into some STV talk. Have any of you guys seen Deadpool yet? Deadpool and Wolverine.
No.
Okay, so hopefully you guys will get to see that soon.
Maybe.
There's been a lot coming out of it. It is the first rated R comic book movie to hit over $1 billion.
This is nothing.
So
That's not true.
Twisters was out.
Oh, they remade Twisters?
Yeah, and I've heard it's actually pretty good. That's not something I would
nephew
watch.
thought he said it was very good.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh,
My nephew.
Twisters?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go taste tornadoes. Oh, yeah.
Those kind of movies are awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear it, Mister. I haven't seen any football movie, but I have a football podcast.
I have seen football movies.
No, you haven't. I don't even believe he's seen the ones that he said he's seen. You know that, right? Like based off of the way that started, I don't believe it.
Gas. Eat gas.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who says what football fan says I'm not going to see that football movie because there's a former football player in it?
That was because at that time at that time I was a fan of The Rock, and they were just oversaturated. They were oversaturating.
It's because he went to the U.
Joker hit billion first.
Did it
Did
really?
Joker hit $1 billion? I don't think Joker hit $1 billion.
That was a horrible movie.
Okay, well, first of all,
I didn't care for it. It felt like just like a movie of like if you took the element of DC out of it, it was just a guy that went crazy and did some crazy stuff. Like I didn't really care for it.
It was like they was biting off Marvel, like Marvel's movie over the last year. That was just terrible.
So, Olympics happened. They have come and gone. We had some great memories of the Olympics. Give me your thoughts on the overall Olympics and a moment or something that happened that really got you hyped, got you upset. We could talk about the guy that they just pulled off the street and got silver in shooting, which was hilarious. With no all they have fancy glasses and everything. He just was regular glasses, got silver.
Bruh.
Like
Those are, first of all, those are your pure shooters. I don't want anybody that needs some tech or something to make a shot. I want that guy that's just on the farm shooting at cans of beans.
I was
there, you know?
Stop it, Jeremy. Stop it. I would try to defend you so much. Your racism is shining through.
Okay, don't worry. We're gonna bring that up. But for you guys, anything else?
Well, yeah, I think I was upset that they are apparently already canceling break dancing.
Yeah, it will not be in the 2028. It won't be in the 2028. And
we all laughed at Ray Gun, but I thought overall it was enjoyable.
Yeah, they're getting rid of boxing too. Well,
They're getting rid of
shout
boxing?
out. Yeah, shout out to Ray Gun.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you
Shout out to Ray Gun.
Did you hear my
I think we
background
could.
song?
I think we could have sent Hendo.
Did you hear my background song that I was just singing?
No, I didn't.
I was singing Janet Jackson, Rhythmless Nation.
What you guys think? Because I think it has been hilarious to see this. What did Reagan rigged her entire into the Olympics, but whatever. You could tell she got there somehow. How she got there, I have no idea, but she didn't belong there. How'd you guys feel about the Steph Curry and U.S. Olympics? Have you seen all the memes and videos of people who are like LeBron fans and they're like, we hate Steph Curry, but I love him now because of what he did and rooting for him, or people going, Warrior fans, we get it now. We get why you love Steph Curry.
Yeah. No, Steph is incredible. The games were very dramatic, very compelling. We all kind of expect that the U.S. is going to win gold in basketball, men's and women's, every time. But it's a reminder that the rest of the world is catching up on both fronts, and they are going to lose eventually.
Yep.
But it was nice. It was great basketball. Some drama that you don't normally have in those events. So it was very enjoyable. And I love the fact that Jason Tatum didn't get on the court.
I was about to say, I feel sorry for your boy, Suge.
Shout out to the next Kobe. What'd you feel about the dude, the runner that
more accurate than you think?
Right.
The runner that barely won, or I'm not gonna say he barely won because he won, but the runner that had made the comments about basketball that they're not world champs. One gold, one gold, and then he dropped out. So how did you guys feel about that? How did you feel about that? Because
first of all, let me just preface this by saying, I have nothing but respect for all Olympians, even if you're like at the Winter Olympics, just brushing the ice for the thing just to slide down the rink. Like you're dedicating all this time. Curling. And getting to the Olympics is an incredible accomplishment. Like I said, even if you finish 10th in your event out of 10, that means you're the 10th best in the world at whatever it is you're doing.
Thanks.
Fuck Noah Lyles. All right. First off, he was wrong about what he was saying about the NBA. He was starting to be a dick using semantics, and he was wrong on the semantics. Second, he talks trash about everybody, and it's not endearing. It's alienating. It's annoying. Second of all, he lost that race. That dude's foot was over the line. So fine, congrats, you got your gold medal. But then you went out and you were selfish and stupid by running the 200, even though you knew you were sick, and you got embarrassed. And you went out like Paul Pierce. You got what you deserved.
And then he was at the club later that night, partying away. COVID gone.
Oh, COVID ain't that bad. What do you guys think about Jordan Chillis getting her medal taken away? Yeah, because they said that she won the medal, and then they did arbitration, and she lost it back. Or
so really sure. What happened was
I seen it, but I don't know exactly what happened.
Initially,
yeah, with these moves, man.
No, Jake.
I deleted the video already. Yeah, with those moves.
Did you watch the rest of the breakers, Jake? Tell me I'm wrong. And by the way, apparently she's the best in the world because she's the only one we're talking about. Now, anyway, with Jordan Childs, yeah, initially she came in 5th, and there was an appeal from the U.S. Saying that the score was tabulated incorrectly. They accepted the appeal, and they moved her up to 3rd, gave her the bronze medal. Then Romania appealed the appeal, saying that the appeal came in 4 seconds too late because you only have a minute to submit your appeal. They accepted that appeal and said, hey, no more medal for you. And then the U.S. came back with video evidence saying, no, we submitted the appeal in under a minute. And they said, you know what, leave me alone. We're done with this. Right?
They're like it's bronze. Yeah, it's bronze. Stop it.
And my thing is like the Romania, they said when they entered their appeal, they said, hey, just because 2 other women finished tied for 3rd. So they were tied for 3rd, and then Jordan came in 5th, and they were like, just give all 3 of them bronze medals and then just be done with it. And the IOC was like, no, not up in here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's a lot going on with the Olympics, like we were just talking about. Boxing is not going to be a part of this in the LA Olympics, which was part of the closing ceremonies. You had Tom Cruise all of a sudden show up and was like, oh, I've seen a couple of the there's a video of the drawings of where they're going to have events and everything like that. And it looks really dope. What they're going to do with SoFi, with the Coliseum, and there's some other ones. There's only like one event they're going to have in Oklahoma City. I think it's like the softball and stuff. So that's interesting. I don't. I think maybe because of weather. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
So there's nowhere to play softball indoors.
I don't think
maybe it's because nobody cares about softball.
I mean, that's true too.
I don't know what the field consists of. Yes, the Snoop stuff. Snoop watching the horses when he's like, "Look, the horse is crip walking," was hilarious. Flag football. Are we gonna actually have a good team? Who are they sending? Or do we send NFL players? Do we send college players? I say we send. I say we send JUCO players.
I say we send YouTubers that submit the best videos.
I mean, I think they're probably just going to send a flag football team.
Probably so.
Like people who just play flag football. I still think that they should send NFL players and send them as the rugby team at least once to shut the rugby fans up.
Facts.
Shout out to U.S. women's rugby. Did the water polo team actually lose this time? Because they have Flavor Flav backing them up. What did they get?
You would hope that, wouldn't you?
No, they would have won gold, like 3 medals in a row, and then Flavor Flav. He paid for it. Flavor Flav.
Flavor of Love offered to get Jordan Childs a bronze watch necklace that one of a kind.
It looks like the women took.
I'm surprised. I'm just surprised Flavor got money. That just surprised me.
Oh no, women's didn't medal.
Really racist.
They had won 3 years of gold, or 3 year span, or 3 Olympics in a row, gold, and they didn't win. They lost.
They did that intentionally.
That's crazy. Anything else you guys enjoyed at the Olympics?
That it was over, like the 45 minutes that the show was supposed to be.
Yes, actually, we're gonna be leaving soon. But before we get out of here, Mr. Henderson, please let everybody know where they can find you and your great content.
The Rogue Pod. Bow.
That's it. Nowhere else. You're not doing any other shows Sunday.
Everything is a Rogue Pod. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Doing the Ravens round.
We're doing after Sundays.
I heard that y'all were moving to Sundays.
We're not. This show is not moving to Sundays. This show is staying here, just probably at this time earlier. But I plan to get with Hendo and Bronny.
All these unilateral decisions. I already I can't do another show on Sunday.
All right.
Sure you can.
No.
No, I
First of
can't.
all, as you notice, Shook, I try to do no shows on no days. I love doing video.
Rodney, where can the people find you at?
Lunch break hot take.
Tomorrow. Like history
Doesn't-
fact, tomorrow.
I cannot wait for tomorrow because I know they're going to be talking about WNBA, which is going to be awesome to hear and talk about, especially in OT. We're going to be talking. They're going to probably be talking
Oh,
boxing, all the controversy in boxing. They're going to talk the Olympics, basketball, men's and women. What else?
See, they skeeked that 11 million viewers for that gold medal game for the women's basketball.
Well, that was good.
So what you're saying is
and all the
hashtag 2 hours.
All the replies were, "Imagine if Caitlyn was there," and I wanted to slap Twitter.
Right.
They're just making it hard on her because I think she's about to go on a run. This second half, I think she's going to go on a run.
She's rested.
And but they're making it hard on her because now people are going to be like, nope, I'm gonna play harder on her. I'm gonna try to play Fowler harder, try to fucking guard her harder. You know, just because. Did you see the fan Did you see the fan in the Olympics with the sign when they played Japan? You guys need Caitlin Clark to beat us. A Japanese fan had a sign. Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and somebody else all looked up at it and were pointing at it. Oh, Brittany Griner. And then someone went up to the dude and was like talking shit to him with the sign that says, "You need Caitlin Clark to beat us."
I mean,
that's not even like,
sure.
like you're just making it worse.
No,
No,
if you wanted to guarantee to get the cameras on you, you put the sign up, even if you meant
no, for sure. But like, you would be like, all right, it was a white person. No, it was a Japanese person holding up.
It's called assimilation.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Bronny, where can people find you at? Oh, we already said that, right? Tomorrow you will be.
You are so discombobulated.
I am. Well, because I gotta go do something right now. So we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank you very much. Like I said, Still Conspiracy is back. We're gonna be back to doing and then they whooped the crap out of Japan. Be back to doing every Tuesday, but just a little bit earlier.
Nobody agreed to that. Nobody agreed to 8:45.
It's better than 9:15.
You don't know that.
We weren't doing 9:15.
Okay, then what?
Right.
We're doing 6:15 my time.
9:45 is what we're doing.
9:45.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll switch it to 9:15. Okay. That make you happy? Does that make you guys happy?
No, it doesn't.
Well, just like Brandon Ayuk, take the deal and be quiet. Okay.
I have 2 deals on the table, so I'll think about it.
Did you just tell Brandon Ayuk to shut up and ball?
Ooh.
Sure did.
Black
Sure
man.
did.
Did you tell another black man to do that?
I don't think I can be on a show with you, sir.
Me neither. You hate your own. It be your own people.
You do.
I can't be on the show with somebody with self-hate.
I don't hate myself. I love myself every night.
I'm talking about your kind.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have a good night. Talk to y'all.